Morning, Valor families. It's Sunday morning, and I'm coming to you. I'm going to leave the camera off so we can focus on the content. I'm going to just say you're welcome for that. It is Dan Millant again, principal at Valor, and I want to talk to you today about the changes that are coming for this week based on your feedback, the feedback from our teachers, and what we've seen work and what's not been successful at times, and make sure we adapt to keeping our students at the center of learning and not the model. Okay, so let's get right into it. And I want to share with you the first slide we have here. Talks about what has worked in the schedule really well. I am certain that the schedule on the right is correct for our face-to-face. Online, it has presented us some challenges, but let's first review the things that are going really well that I know will not change. Number one, our team of science and math working together and social studies in LA, I am certain that them working at the exact same time, seeing all our students at the same time, supporting them, seeing the struggles, and the things they do well, that I need to keep the same. So science and math working together at the exact same time, and math and the social studies in LA at the exact same time, that will not change. Parents know that they can have their students online from 8 to 12. That's not going to change either. It'll be adapted as to who they're with, but the actual time that there's someone available to work with from 8 to 12 when they're supposed to be doing their online content with their teachers, supposed to be working with their teachers, that will not change. They'll be supported. Teachers are planning now with a reasonable floor, meaning that make sure they know what the minimum expectations are for the students, but keeping a really high ceiling for students to be able to apply it and do some more engaging and deeper learning once they've got those basics. We want to make sure we keep that floor and ceiling piece high, make sure students can get what they need out of the courses and the time with their teacher. And finally, the teachers are getting really good feedback when they work in these groups every day. So they make sure they see all their students and they make sure they work with their teacher. They learn a lot both as the teacher who's leading the class, as the person who's supporting it in the background as well. So when math is in the lead, science is working back up, and when social studies is in the lead, LA is working back up. Those are the things we know work well and will not change. Okay? All right, then let's get into the changes. Here's why we're adapting the schedule. Why? Because we heard from you and we saw the limitations of our technology. And when we learn something, we make sure we adapt. We expect it from our students, so we model it. We learn something where there's a knowing and now there's a doing, and we try not to keep a gap between our knowing and doing. So we're gonna adjust, right? We've also heard from parents that learning is not at its potential at times. When all groups are together and we put 6, 7, 8 in one spot, we've seen, and the parents have shared that maybe that some of the learning is not at its peak, and so we'll change that. And especially with our youngest learners, we know that's challenging. So, if we don't have direct contact, then we need to be more helping them through this curve a little bit. And the third one there in yellow, the technology of the big blue button has left us with some gaps. We thought it had a little more potential than that to be able to regulate some things, and more is coming. They're fixing some of those bugs that we were identifying, but for right now, there are some gaps that our teaching abilities and our ability to work with students is not reaching where it needs to be based on the technology. And that last piece again, the technology is keeping us from making the impact we should, especially with larger groups. So that issue with the larger groups is what we're looking to impact with our change. All right, so here it is. Here's an explanation of our new schedule. We'll look at grades 6, 7, 8 on Monday and Wednesday, 6, 7, 8 on Tuesday and Thursday, 9 and 10 on Monday, Wednesday, 9 and 10 on Tuesday and Thursday. You'll see right here it says each grade level will have its own time with the pair of teachers and supported monitor study room for all 4 hours. So this says right at the beginning that you're going to have a specific time by grade level, okay? But there will be a study hall open for your student to go to. We thought both those are important, right? That's where we're at. We're on this one right here. So here's the link, and this says Monday, but it's Monday and Wednesday. You go to homeroom for the half an hour and continue to use that link in your homeroom teacher that they gave you from 8 to 8:30. That's still a time. They're making sure the students do attendance during that time. And it looks like I need to stretch this bottom one out a little bit so you can see the bottom there. Yeah, there we go. Make sure that link does not change. On the other hand, from now on, there's going to be one link. Look at grade 6, ELA and social studies starting Monday, right? They'll get a new 6th grade link in homeroom from their teacher. That is going to, from 6th grade, they will be with ELA and social studies from 8:30 right here to 9:40 right here. So that's when 6th grade is on direct. When they're not on, they can go to this structured study time. So after 9:40, Mrs. Tavares will be in this study hall. In the email I'm sending, it explains how to get to her link. We'll make sure we get you that link. But yeah, from 8:30 to 9:40, sixth grade ELA and social studies, they will be doing direct instruction just with sixth grade. So from this time, 8:30 to 9:40, seventh grade does not have class. If you see this, there's a gap here. Seventh grade does not have class. If your student is a seventh grader, that means they go to homeroom from 8 to 8:30, and then they don't have class until 9:40. Between that time, they can get on. If you want the student to get on and make sure they have a structured study time, right here it is. Structured study time, 8:50 to 12. Okay? All right, so, right, and then the eighth grade does the same thing. Eighth grade does not have anything until 10:50, but can get on and do this work. For now, the work that they'll be doing, they can just work in their coursework in the morning until they get to that class starting Monday. But in the future, the teacher will be offering assignments for them to do until they get to this time when they're with their teacher. For example, the eighth grade, when they get there at 10:50, they will have things that they will have done leading up to that time with the teacher. That way they can go over that and make sure the learning is on track, or if they're accelerating or moving forward. All right, so take a look at this, and we can circle back around to it. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, let's look at Tuesday, Thursday. You're going to see something very similar, right? So Tuesday, Thursday, homeroom again, half an hour. Sixth grade uses that same link that they used on Monday to go into their sixth grade. Sixth grade will always use the same link. They start at 8:30 right after homeroom. And then from 9:40 to 12, they have more free open time to study on their own. They can go into the monitored study hall here, all right? Seventh grade doesn't have class again until 9:40. Eighth grade doesn't have class till 10:50. Like I said, eventually as we got better at this, we're going to make sure that teachers have those assignments for them to help build the learning up a little bit before they get there. It's kind of work toward their time together. Okay? All right. Again, here we go. Sixth grade has a link. Seventh grade has a link. Eighth grade has one link. It's the same link in math, science, social studies, English. That doesn't matter. Okay? So once they do the sixth grade, once they have that link, that's the same link. They'll be getting that in homeroom on Monday. Okay? All right. Let's get to the high school. High school, just what you think. This is Monday, Wednesday. I apologize, the screen's not working out. Monday and Wednesday for high school. You go to homeroom for half an hour, 8 to 8:30. Algebra and physical science, this represents essentially ninth grade and essentially 10th grade. So you'll be getting a ninth grade link right here. It says ninth grade link, and they'll be using that for all your ninth grade classes. 10th grade will be using a 10th grade link. If your student is in an accelerated version of those, the teacher will be working with you directly. So a ninth grader gets on at 8 a.m. Right here to 8:30 every morning using that homeroom link, and then goes directly to class with algebra and physical science for 70 minutes. They stay in that room for 70 minutes, and those teachers will bounce back and forth. They will share that time together and make sure their instructions what they need it to be, and set them up to do more work after they're done at deepening the learning. Once they're done at 9:40, they can go into the study hall or work independently getting their work done. All right, and whatever they have to hand in for the teacher will be cleared up. Same thing. So if your student is a sophomore, biology, they're going to geometry and biology typically using the 10th grade link they're going to be getting from their teacher in homeroom. All right. What's different is there's no third, and unlike 6, 7, 8, there's not 3 of them. So instead of just breaking that time down, making it larger, we wanted to create this an opportunity for our teachers to be able to extend time, work with them directly right after their assignments here. Okay? And so it's also time for teachers to review data and make sure they reach out to our students and say, hey, get to your study hall, get to your tutoring time. We need to meet and go over some things. All right? Again, in the email, we'll have this information. Mrs. Tavares will be running our support staff study hall that it goes from, that should say 8:50 to 12, excuse me. Structured study time from 8:50, because that's when the first class is, essentially. Right. Right. Excuse me. Yeah, it should say 8:30. I'm sorry. Class starts at 8:30 right after this. Right. Okay. 8:30. Right. That's 70 minutes. Got it. So sorry, 8:30. All right. and of course Tuesday and Thursday. Again, this is Tuesday, Thursday up here. Homeroom half an hour, 8 to 8:30, and then this study hall time goes from exactly from 8:30 to 12 o'clock. Okay? All right, this is the same as the day before. 9th grade link, same link as the day before. 10th grade link, same link as the day before. The teachers are the ones that will be moving from class to class. So the link is the same for 9th grade, and then the 10th grade will use their own link. Again, each grade level uses their own link, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? But it's that same 6th grade link across all subject areas. Okay. All right. Let me move on here. All right, this change is only for our online instruction. As I said, here's our team. They're working really hard. They love being with you. Thank you for your patience, especially with attendance. This piece is not under our control, but we're making sure the educational experience for you, the parents, and the students is engaging, and it's our responsibility to make that happen. So we're working with StrongMind, and StrongMind is working very hard to make it happen, to fix the issues. Again, it's just they're implementing a new student information system, and it's causing some issues. So it's trying to make the system better, but it's just causing some issues. So please contact us with any issues you have. You are never a bother. I've had parents say, hey, I don't want to bother you, but you are never a bother. Look for a meeting sometime later this week with me. Once we get into this a little bit, maybe Thursday afternoon, or in the evening, we'll have an open meeting that people can stop in and share their experiences and kind of just talk things out a little bit. And then finally, our teachers have shared how much they enjoy working with all the students. This has not been perfect because of the technology issues, but it's our teachers' passions and their life goals to empower students to learn and adapt to a lifetime of experiences that are coming. So thank you for being part of that family, and thank you for giving our teachers the opportunity to work directly with your students. They really have enjoyed it. All right, if you have any questions, refer to the email. In the email, we'll have this PowerPoint. You're going to want to play it in presentation mode. I'll see if I can clean it up a little bit on those times. But just keep in mind, starting Monday, we all go to homeroom. On Monday, you're going to get a new link for the students to go into in 6th grade, in 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. They'll all have their own link. That link will not change based on the subject area. It'll be the same in math, in science, in social studies, and English. And then you just follow that schedule I put on there. Okay. All right. Great talking to you. Let me know if you have any questions.